In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to sort and filter portal record in FileMaker. You'll be learning mainly two things. First, you'll learn how to sort this portal by date so that the latest information shows on the top. And second, you'll be learning how to create a dynamic search bar that allows you to search while you're typing and filter out different portal informations based on what you type. Coming up. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another FileMaker beginner tutorial. This channel is all about creating step-by-step FileMaker tutorials so that you can apply this powerful software and automate your work. Now in today's tutorial, we are going to create a very simple CRM database that you can use to store customer information. So for example, in the right side log here, we can see the past history of what I interact with the customer before. For example, who is the person or the staff that has been interacting with the customer, the date and the time that they interact with them, and also the content that they discuss with them about. And then we are going to create a very simple searching function that works something like this. So when I start typing SU, it starts filtering out the different portal records to only the ones that matches what I type. So right now, if I type Sunny, then it will only show the records that's done by me. And if let's say I try something else. So let's say if I type in a sample log, like here, sample. So you can see as I'm typing SA, there are 3 records there. But because there's also the Sarah inside this part. So it's like a really smart searching mechanism that can help you search through multiple fields in the same portal. So without further ado, let's get to the main tutorial. So welcome back, and we are now on the before exercise file. And in case you don't know, we can download this exercise file in the link in the description down below. Now, for this particular tutorial, I want to be laser focused onto the portal aspects of things. So there is a lot of things that I have already set up for you here. So for example, there's a new log script here, and there's some sample data, and also the log data has already been set up. So, and also the relationships. So you just need to create a new portal and then you will start seeing something pops up just to save you some time. And now, the first step I want to do with this database is to create the portal that I just showed you. So I'm just going to go to View, Layout Mode, and then I'm going to click on the top here, the portal icon. I'm going to drag the portal around this space here. And when I create a portal, it asks me how many rows I want to be showing. So because we are going to be storing long form the text paragraph, I don't want the space to be too thin, so I want to have less row, but I'm going to make each row thicker in size. And then I'm just going to uncheck use alternative row state for now, and make sure that the portal is showing related record from log. That's where we store the log information, and click OK. And for now, we're just going to take the content here, double click onto content, push it to the right side field, and click OK. And now we are good to go. So the next thing I want to do is to drag this and make this as thick as possible so that we have a very nice space to store a lot of content like this. So let me just drag this and maybe give the content a borderline. Click onto the inspector, the third tab of inspector. You can go to the inspector by clicking View, Inspector, or just click Control or Command I depending on the platform of computer that you're using. So the next thing I want to do is that I want the top here in this place to show the name of the person who interacted with this particular customer. And on the right side, I want the date and the time that the person interacted. So before we do that, let's just give it some visual boost. First, I am going to click onto the rectangle icon here. So click onto this rectangle, and then I'm going to drag open this here. I'm going to choose a light blue color for this rectangle without the border. And then in here, I'm going to fit it right into the portal. So if we go to browse mode right now, view, browse mode, you'll notice that our information is already there, but we don't have the name and the time yet. So we're going to add that in now. Go back to layout mode, view, layout mode, and then we're going to drag two fields in here. The first one, we are going to choose from the log table here, log table, choose user. And we're also going to duplicate another field here and double click onto it and choose a create timestamp. Give it a little bit more space like this. And let's click Control B or Command B, browse mode again. And now we have a very simple CRM logging feature right in here that you can see. And then I want to also be able to scroll through different records. So I'm going to go back to layout mode, double click onto this, and then allow vertical scrolling. And then only show the scroll bar when you are scrolling, so it doesn't take up too much of your portal's space. Now we're going to go to browse mode again and quickly test it. So now you can see in here we have a very simple, very nice log information that we can see different interaction history that we have with the customer. Now the next thing I want to do is that I want to sort these information by time. I want the most recent record to be placed on top, but I think right now, because I think my sample data has already set it up that way, so maybe I just change things up a little bit. So let's do a 22nd of May, and then let's do 27th of May. So now you see that the date is not aligned perfectly, but let's see what I can do to sort this portal to make it so that the latest information goes onto the top. So I'm just going to go to layout mode again, and this time I'm going to double click into this portal. And there's an option called sort portal records. Click onto this, and then we are going to choose a sorting factor. So I'm going to choose to sort by create timestamp. Click onto this and then double click to the other side. And now you will notice when I click onto sort order and then click onto this particular field, it shows me that I'm currently going to sort it ascendingly, which means from the smallest number to the largest number, which also means that it's from a smaller date to the latest date, which is not what we want. We want it to be descending order, because for date field, the larger number you are, the more closer to today it is. So I'm just going to click on descending field, click OK again, and I'm going to go to browse mode. Now right away you will notice that the 27th is now back on top, and if I change this to, let's say, 24th, it will automatically be pushed it back, and the latest one will always be on top. And this makes sense in a CRM setting, because you always want to know the most recent interaction you have with the customer, but not the oldest one. So that's why you want the sorting factor of the log to be usually be the oldest one goes on the top. So that's how you do sorting in the portal. It's pretty straightforward, to be honest. And so we are going to move to the next part, which is the more exciting part. Now we are going to create a very simple filtering feature in this portal. And we're going to start, before we go like super deep and learn how to create the filter while you type feature, we are going to start with the most simple thing and work our way step by step to the final form. So I think we will have 3 steps to get there. And the first step we're going to do is that I want to make this portal to sort by a fixed value. So this portal should always only show, let's say, the record from me, Sunny. and let's go to View, Layout Mode. So I'm going to double click onto Log, and then there's a Filter Portal Record option. So what this means is that if this, so what you're doing now is that you're going to set up a calculation, and if the answer of the calculation is equals to true, that means the calculation is true, or the answer is equals to 1, that particular portal record will be able to show. So for example, just now I have briefly mentioned I want to only show that if the username is called Sunny, then you will show that portal record. So how do I do that? We're going to make sure this is called log in this side. Click onto user, and then now we have a log user field. So if log user field equals quote quote Sunny, that's how you show us FileMaker to check if that particular portal record has my name on it. If I click OK now, and I click OK again, it will only show my name. So that's the basics in how you create a portal filter. But now there's a little bit problem, because it seems like we can only we can only filter the record by one particular fixed name, which is not exactly what we want in this case. So we're going to move on to step 2, how you can create a search bar on top here, and then when you type in things inside there, it will automatically sort this particular portal. And to do that, first thing we need to do is to create some place that we can enter text in the top here. So this time we are going to create a field. So we're going to go to File, Manage, Database, and let's go to the contact database, and we're going to create something called a global field. Let's call this field a search bar, and I'm going to explain why there's a G on the back here. It's just for marking, but it's easier for you to identify later on. So if I double click onto this and click on use global on the third tab, storage, and then tick on the global storage, I will now have created a field that is only used for data entry. I will go deeper into global field in maybe a later tutorial, because I think it's quite a complex concept at this stage, but I think as long as we get this to work, then I think you'll have a better understanding of how they interact with each other. So I am going to use that global field that I just created, View, Layout Mode, and then I'm going to click onto the Create a Field button on the top here, drag open a field, and I'm going to choose Contact and the search bar global field that I just created. So I'm just going to quickly do some changes to this. Right now it looks a little bit edgy, like edgy as in sharp corners. So I'm just going to go to Inspector and give the corner a little bit of curve like this, so it's a little bit round, looks better. Give the outer border a color, so it's now gray like this. And then I'm going to go to the fourth tab, and let's go to placeholder text, enter keyword here. Now some of these features I've already gone through in my previous tutorials, so you might want to look into those to see what's happening here. So I'm going to click away, and then I'm going to go to browse mode. And I can now type onto the top here, but it doesn't automatically help me find particular item in the portal. So we need to do some changes to this portal here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to layout mode again, and then I'm going to double click onto this and then choose the filter portal option. Now let's do a quick test on how we can do this. So this time I want it so that when I type in the word Sunny in the top global field that I just created, it will automatically find all the records with that global field. I'm just going to switch this to contact in the search bar. So this means that whenever the portal record, the username in the portal record, it's the same as what I type in the search bar, then that portal row will be showing. So I'm going to click OK, and then I am going to quickly test this. Now if I go and type in here Sunny, S-U-N-N-Y, click away to submit this record, you'll notice that nothing happens in the portal. It doesn't show anything at all. Why is that so? That's because the portal only load every time you go into the layout. So currently, even though the data is matching, but the portal needs to refresh. So it's like Internet Explorer. You need to click refresh to get the most updated information. So we will need to create some sort of script to trigger the refreshing process of the portal. Now to do this, we first have to give this portal a name in FileMaker. So let's quickly go to layout mode, and I'm going to give this portal a name. I'm going to click onto this portal and go to the inspector, and on the first tab you will notice that there's a column name called name. Let's just call it portal underscore log, and click away to save this. And now inside FileMaker, whenever I call portal underscore log, they will know that I'm referring to this particular portal here. And the next step, I want to go to script and go to script workspace, and I want to create some sort of script to refresh the portal status. So I'm going to create a new script, and then let's call this refresh portal. And I am going to use the script step called refresh portal, and then I'm going to click onto this little gear button here, and then now it asks me which portal do I want to refresh. I'm going to just type in portal underscore log, which is the name that we just give to the portal just now. Click OK again, and then I'm just going to hold this workspace here, and I'm going to go to layout mode, the browse mode. Go to view and then browse mode, and this time I want to go click on the script, and then you should have a very simple have the name of the script that you just created right on top of here. So I'm just quickly going to press on this, and now you will notice that this portal has refreshed it and it's showing the information. If I delete this, type in, let's say, Tom, and click refresh portal, then you will see Tom's information is there. Now that's not very convenient. It's working, but it's not convenient because every time I need to click on the script and click on the refresh portal. So I'm going to use a script trigger and place it onto this text here, so that whenever I type in anything new and save it, it automatically gives me the refreshing action. So I'm going to go to view, layout mode, click onto this bar here, and right click, and then choose a set script trigger. So if you read a few of my previous tutorial already, that's how you set up the trigger of when the script will happen. So this time I want to just choose on object save. So that means that when I save the value in this particular bar here, it will automatically trigger the refresh portal script. So I'm going to choose this script, click OK, click away, and go to view, browse mode, and I am going to quickly type in my name. Click away, and you will notice that now I have a very sort of active searching option. So now this is the second part of how we can create that search portal function. And there are one thing that I want to improve upon. So if I just quickly highlight this, delete my name, leave this empty, and you'll realize that all the records is disappeared. And that doesn't make sense because that's supposed to be a filtering option. So if I'm not typing in anything in there, I should be able to see everything. So I'm going to just quickly do some changes to the portal so that when I'm typing nothing here, then it will show everything in the portal record. So I'm just going to go to View, Layout Mode, double click onto the portal and click onto Filter Portal. And I'm going to use a function called if. So if you have watched a few of my previous tutorial, I should have gone through this already. But basically, you can have 3 parameters in if. So in the if function, the first parameter is the test that you will be checking. And if this test is comes up as true, then you will use the result in the second part. And if it's not true, then we will use the result in the third part. So I'm going to break this down and let's make this 3 lines of code so it's easier for us to read. And I'm going to write some fake comments here. So the first thing I want to do is that if search bar equals empty, then all record will be showing. Otherwise, it will use the old formula, which is this one here. So I will start by so we have now have 3 lines. First line, second line, and the third line will be placed in here. And I'm going to start with the first one. So I'm going to quickly write how to check if search bar is empty. So if I click onto contact and search bar, and then I'm going to use a isEmpty function. So I'm going to move this search bar to here. So that's how we said in the calculation format that to check that the search bar is empty. That's the first part. Click away, and then next part is that if this is empty, then it will be true. All record will be shown, because that's the way you can tell FileMaker that you want every record to be shown, is that if the calculation returns true, and otherwise it will use the old formula. And we'll copy this old formula and do it here. And if I just revert the formatting to the original form, maybe like this. Okay, we are now having, and we will now have this 3 parts here. So if the search bar is empty, then everything will be shown because you returns the value true. And otherwise, if it's not empty, then we'll use our old formula. Click OK. Click OK again. And we are going to use View, Browse Mode. And now you will quickly see that we have an empty field and we are showing every information here. And when we type in Tom, we will have Tom's record here. And when we type in Sunny, we will have my record here. So that is pretty good. Okay, now that we get this empty thing going, the next thing I want to improve on is that when I type in just SUN instead of my full name Sunny, it will show nothing because it's not a perfect match. So I have to type in my full name in order to match this username. So that's also not super user friendly. So I'm going to make some change to this. Go to View, Layout Mode, and then double click onto the portal. Go to the Filter Portal Record, and I'm going to break this down again to the 3 parts. So right here, okay, that's yep. So the first part is the test, and the second part is the first result, and the third part is another result. So this time I'm going to focus mostly on the third test. So instead of having this to be matching the search bar 100%, I want it to be so that if the search bar contains a number of letters that the user name has, then let's say just SUN instead of the full name SUNNY, then it will be returning the result as true. So I want to quickly introduce you to a function called pattern count. So basically this pattern count function is a function that helps you to see how many times a specific word appears in a paragraph. So for example, if I just maybe I separate this a little bit so you can see better. So just focus on this bottom part for now. So if let's say I type in a Sunny Chu is funny. Now this is the original text that you want to search into. And the second part is where I enter the word I want to search. So if I type in Sunny, then this function will return 1 because it can find one Sunny within this text. But let's say if I delete one of the word like this, just UNNY, unny, and because the word funny and sunny both has the text in this, the pattern like this, so this pattern count will give me the result of 2 because it found 2 of these patterns within the text that I'm given. So what we want to do is that we want to change this text with this pattern count here. So the user is going to be the text that we are going to be searching. So I'm going to replace this and place this thing onto the first part of the pattern count. And then for the second part, I want the context search bar to be placed in here. So right now, whenever I search for, let's say, Sunny, search for SUN, and if the username has the full name Sunny, it will be able to show more than 1. So I want to make this so that if the pattern count result is more than 0, so that means it's found something, then it will be true. So I'm going to copy and just paste this here. It's a little complex and I feel like I'm not explaining this too well, but I think you can kind of reverse engineer from this. Okay, so I'm just going to press OK now. Click OK again. And then I'm going to change this to SUN this time. And it's still showing. So let's change this to empty again. And then let's do, instead of do Tom, let's do OM. And we can still find Tom. So this is pretty good. Okay, and the next thing we want to do is that we want to, right now we are only searching for the username, and I want to make it so that we are searching for both the username and the content within it. So like always, go back to layout mode, double click on the portal, filter portal records, and we are back to this page. And this time, we are going to be playing around with the third parameter of the if function again. And instead of searching just the user like this in here, I wanted to also add in the contents to also search the content as well. So that's actually pretty easy. Just type Shift 7, which is an N sign, and then click content. So now, instead of only searching user, you are searching both user and the content. And yeah, that's very simple. And I just click OK now. Click OK again. And then quickly test this in browse mode. And let's do Tom again because I know there's some cool things with it. So if I search Tom right now, because there's a customer in here, it will also search the Tom's name. And if I search a meeting like this, it will show, because 3 of them all has the meeting. So let's do a FileMaker system. FileMaker system. Click away, and then we will only show FileMaker system. So now we have a very dynamic little searching feature that can search through different items and allows you to quickly find the information you want without having to type 3 or 4 fields. So I think to really conclude this tutorial, I want to end the last step with one really cool trick. And notice how in here we have to type in the word we want and then click away to submit the record. But you know, in Google, when you are searching for something, the suggestion comes out midway when you are typing something. So maybe let me just quickly go to Google and type in something. And let's see, let's do a FileMaker. It already gives me like good suggestions in here. So I want to really mimic that effect. So I'm going to click away, go back here, and we are going to need to use a script to do that part. Now we already have the portal being set up and everything doing well. And we just need to make sure instead of the script triggering when we click away, it triggers whenever we type. So we will have to do something with the script triggers. So I'm going to click on Command L to go to layout mode or view layout mode. Right click on the search bar and go to set script trigger. And this time I'm going to use on modify object instead. So I'm going to uncheck the on object save and go to on object modify and click onto the refresh portal script that we created. And go to view, browse mode, and try everything again. Now it will not work because I'll show you why. So when I type in SUNNY, the FileMaker does not is not able to detect the word I'm typing because I haven't submitted yet. So I will have to change it in the script workspace, the script that we just created, to really reflect on this. So we want to let's quickly add script step called commit record and turn the dialog as off. And then this commit record script step is so that you will automatically submit the record you're modifying to FileMaker, the database. So this time, after we commit the record and we refresh it, then it will be showing based on what we are typing. So I just save that. Go to file and then save, go to script and then save script, and then go back to the layout, and it's still not going to work, but I'm going to show you what's going to happen. So if I type in S, I'm starting to, let me just delete everything, and it already, you can see when I type in S, then it automatically starts searching, and when I type U, then it limit the record a little bit more. But you will notice that I will have to keep clicking on this every single time. That's because when it commits the record, it thinks that you will no longer be entering data, so it takes you away from entering the data, which is very clunky. So I'm going to go to the script workspace again, and this time I'm going to commit record, refresh the portal, and then I want a third step to go back to the field that I just entering. So go to field. That's the script step that you want to be doing, and we want to go to the target field, the G search bar that we just entered, and we're going to save this. Click away, and let's try everything again. So now if I type in SUN, and it doesn't take me away, but it also filters the record based on what I am typing. So that's basically it for this tutorial. I really enjoy making this. This is kind of very complicated, and I hope I don't confuse you too much. And if you like this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel already, remember to hit the subscribe button. And if you got any questions that you want to ask me, you can feel free to leave the question in the comments below, and I usually answer it maybe 1 or 2 working days and during the week, depending on how busy I am at the moment. But my channel is still small, so I will be answering most questions, I believe. And so that's basically it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.